Hey guys, so after I released my group versus group video, it got a little bit of heat and we recently had a bunch of new people here on the channel, and I am so happy that some of you decided to stick around and become a part of the viewership and are now subscribed. I'm extremely excited to talk to more of you, and it's really humbling to just see that some of you decided to stay. I'm really happy about that. And yeah, so a couple people have been asking me about my biases, and instead of responding in the comments the way I have been, I wanted to make a bias list so you guys can see if we share the same bias. To make things more interesting, I've included my biases and some of my bias wreckers for the groups that I frequent the most, and as I go down the list, I'm going to calculate what kind of idol I tend to bias the most. And yes, I am double biased in a couple groups because I can't get into a group unless I like all the members, and sometimes I like the members too much. If that bothers you, guess you'll die. It's my channel, I make the rules. Going in alphabetical order by group, let's go. I really love him. I like his personality. God, I love all the ATEEZ members so much. They're all just super interesting people, and they all have such unbelievable talent for a rookie group. They blow my mind. They're so impressive. My Big Bang bias is a double bias between T.O.P and G-Dragon. I just love their rapping style. I've always loved it. I think that T.O.P has my favorite rapping voice in the industry, and I really hate when people say that he sounds old. And G-Dragon is an amazing artist. I think that he has a beautiful mind, and I love listening to him talk. I love seeing him interact with fans, and I love listening to his raps. I think that he was such an important part of making K-rap what it eventually became in K-pop. My Blackpink bias is JISOO, and I think I've said this before that JISOO is my bias, but I love her personality. I don't understand people who say that she's boring or annoying. She is so funny and she is so down to earth. I remember there's this one video of them like walking around in an airport and JISOO's taking stock of who's there and Lisa isn't there, and JISOO like turned around and like found Lisa and brought her back to the group and made sure she was okay, and I was like, mom skills 100% just activated there. JISOO is so funny and weird and a little bit of a crackhead, but like in such a calm, subtle way. I think that she's such a unique person.
Sweeter than sweet, chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings. But no, you're not getting 악마의 걸. 너의 그 sweet 앞엔 비려.
야, 너 근데 이거.
My BTS bias is a double bias between JIMIN and RM, and I could talk about these two endlessly. JIMIN is one of those people who just makes the universe a brighter place. He's such an impressive human being, and he's been open about his struggles in the past and things that have worried him. He truly is one of those people who only puts good into the world. And on the other side, I see all of these values in RM, who is the centerfold of BTS. He impresses me to no end. I have unbelievable respect for this man. Even though I've never met him, I feel that he is a force in my life. And because he brought this group to such high heights, I feel like he's kind of a man who tied the world a little closer together, and that's such an impressive feat. Also, his raps are amazing. His writing is amazing. His brain is beautiful. He's a real galaxy brain.
그렇게 뻔한 것 말고 다른 걸
My CLC bias is SEUNGYEON, and what an underrated woman. This is woman power right here. She exudes powerful femininity. She's so powerful just from one look. Like, I get chills. She's an underrated dancer, an underrated vocalist, an underrated leader, underrated everything. She is a complete package of an idol, and it surprises me that she doesn't dominate the world in more of a way than she already does, of course.
Don't mess on my tempo. 그냥 얘만 훔칠 빈 어디에도 없을 rhythm 맞춰 1, 2, 3.
My EXO bias is D.O, and I think that'll surprise people because I talk about Chen all the time, but I just love his voice, and his face is so unique to me. I think that he just has something, just a bit of gravitas to him that no one else in the industry has. I love listening to him. I love his personality as well. He's such an interesting person to me. Like, I can't get enough of him. My G-friend bias is UMG. I have loved UMG since I set eyes on her, and people put her through the most unbelievable crap, and it's so unfair because she is the sweetest person. She's such an honest soul. She aged so beautifully. She became such a beautiful woman, and people gave her shit for her looks for such a long time, and now y'all are eating your own dirt, so you know what? Karma snapped with UMG. My Girls' Generation bias was originally Jessica, oh my god, look how that ended, but is currently SEUHYUN. SEUHYUN was originally my bias wrecker, now she's my bias. I love her voice. I've been able to like find her voice in any crowd of Girls' Generation songs. I think she's such a unique vocalist. My IZ*ONE bias is CHAEYEON, and I've said this over and over and over again, how much I love CHAEYEON, but I love CHAEYEON. I would die for Lee CHAEYEON. I would murder Mnet for Lee CHAEYEON. CHAEYEON she's the full package. She's the sweetest person. She's been put through hell over and over and over again, and she still comes out as a queen. My Luna bias is CHUU, and I think this was apparent from my Luna video. She stole me with her song. I'd never heard anything like it. It was so good, so cute. Her energy and her majesty and just her unbelievable pep really drew me in, and she drew me into the group, and I know everything I know about the group because I was stolen by her. My Mamamoo bias is HWASA, and I've said that before, that HWASA is my ideal type of an idol. For female idols, I love her aura. I think that she has a look to her that is so unique. I've said before that she kind of reminds me of Beyonce, and she herself has mentioned that Beyonce is one of her inspirations and her influences, and it totally shows. I would give everything up in order to be HWASA's paramour in Venice during the winters. That would be my ideal life. Oh gosh, oh gosh. My Red Velvet bias is a double bias between SEULGI and IRENE. I would legitimately choose every single member for Red Velvet. It switches on a comeback to comeback basis because I just love every member of Red Velvet. SEULGI has had me since the beginning of Red Velvet. She's the complete package. No one else could be in Red Velvet but the members of Red Velvet, and I really think that SEULGI, she's such a grounding force. She's such a sweet person and a loon, and I love her. She's such a complete sweetheart, but also the baddest of the bitches, and she will fuck you up while also making you love her, and that's what she does to me every time. And Irene, one of the most beautiful women in the world, one of the most talented women in the world, and she is so lovely. She comes off as cold, I kind of get that, but if you get her with her members and get her laughing and get her enjoying herself, she is the funniest fucking person ever. I love watching her when the other members have had maybe a little bit to drink or they're reminiscing on a memory and they just go off because they're so funny together. Red Velvet is one of those groups where you can't just take the members separately, you have to take them together because they make each other so much better. My shiny bias is all of them. Just all of them. They are one of those perfect groups, and they'll always be together no matter what. My Shinhwa bias is a double bias between Dongwan and HYESUNG. Dongwan has an iconic, deep, rolling voice that I absolutely love, and HYESUNG has the pipes of a generation, so people should seriously start checking them out again because they are one of the king groups. My Stray Kids bias is HYUNJIN because
you make everything alright. 그럼 미짝인 햇살 한 줌 없는 날 네가 바로 나의 shining light. 세상에 우린 날 주저앉혀도 아프고 말들이 날 찔러도.
My choice bias is DAHYUN, and I've said before a ton of times that it is DAHYUN. If you do not know that DAHYUN is my bias, you have not been on this channel before because I mention it all the time. Because I love her. She is the funniest fucking person. One of the most iconic faces. Just her blank stare cuts down into my soul, makes me laugh. This image right here from What Is Love gets me all the time. I mention it all the time because it's hilarious. It's never stopped being hilarious, and it never will. JYP sleeps on her, the entire world sleeps on her, but she's still killing it. What an absolute icon. I love her. So those are my biases, and looking at the complete and total list, it seems that I overwhelmingly bias main dancers, and I have no idea why that is. I tend to choose biases based on personalities, so I don't know if just main dancers all have some sort of personality kink that just really gets to me or what it is, but apparently I love main dancers more than anything else. Here's what I want from you guys. I want to make a video for you guys. If you guys can send me your biases from your favorite groups, whichever ones of you want to participate, I want to make a video comparing what types of idols you guys primarily bias versus what types of idols I primarily bias. I'm obviously not expecting to get responses from all, 67 of you, but if as many of you want to participate as possible, that would be amazing. So leave me your biases in the comments below, and I will create as many pie charts as I possibly can for as many of you who want to participate, and I will make a video for you guys because I'm just so happy that there are as many of us now as there are, and I want to give something back. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I really do love you guys, and let me know who your biases are.